What's up, y'all? This is Poetry Slam, and we're here with K
Yo,
Pop.
yo, yo. What's up, y'all?
Well, this is Napoleon. This is Napoleon B, Mike.
Okay, you're listening to Poetry Slam.
Oh,
We tried so hard.
yeah, we did. Go ahead, Kyle. It's all.
You didn't even finish saying your
It's all
name.
us. It's
Dag.
all us.
Oh man. All right. You're listening to Poetry Slam with K
Your boy
Bells and
Napoleon B, Mike, and we have here with us our our guy.
great. We're so glad
We
to
have
be.
our guy Fuzhjin here with us, coming back again. We're glad to have him. Yeah.
Blessings, blessings.
Yeah, so Fusion, the last time you were here, you had a different album out, and now you have a new album out called 71.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I see that you have a lot of songs on this album. It looks like 17 songs. That's a little coincidental. Album name 71, and you have 17
Yep,
songs.
yep, absolutely. I'm glad you caught that. That was an intended part of the track listing.
So
Okay. And what are you intending to communicate with that?
Well, it goes into something that requires a little bit more context, but it's supreme mathematics, and it's just the basis of the numbers that have certain meanings. So if we're dropping 71, which in the mathematical terms, air quotes, is considered God's knowledge, then the 17 tracks is the knowledge gods because we are we are masters of our craft. Me and my brother Bevan.
Oh, okay. Napoleon B. Mike, were you going to say something?
yeah, what was the what okay, so you already explained what the intention was behind that. What just give us a insight to what made you want to start this album or yeah.
So truthfully, the whole concept for it started a couple days before Halloween last year, and I had dropped my debut EP, God Key Everywhere, and I was running a live show. I was running a live show, and I was showing my friends a couple beats, and I was like, yeah. So I'm thinking, this is gonna be the concept for my debut album. And then one of the beats that it struck my guy Bear Vine. He was like, "Hey man, this is really good, bro. Can I get a feature on it?" And I was like, "Of course. That's blood right there." So I'm like, "For sure." We end up making that one song. There's a couple other random beats here and there that we had a hard drive just hanging out, just working in the studio, and we had eventually built up enough tracks and had enough empty beats and demos and such, and we were like, man, we have enough to drop an album. And he masterminded the track listing of it, and he was like, bro, let's do it. And we just committed. We locked in for about 6 months. um, 6 months just getting all the recording done, creating the actual production process. And yeah, that's really, to keep it in simple terms, that's how it went.
That's real dope. That's real dope. So what so the name behind the album, right? 71, like you said, it's
Yeah.
uh, uh, God's knowledge number. What made you want to use that number? Besides that,
Well, over the course of, gosh, I say when the pandemic started, I just started going through just like a shift in the way I thought, and I was giving real estate to different forms of thought, whether it be whether it be different religions, just researching those and things like that. Anything really dealing with spirituality and things of that sort. And once again, my brother Bear Vaughn, he had put me onto it. He was breaking it down to me, and I just I had studied it and I had related it back to a lot of the prior context that I had from sitting in the house for months like we all did, just engaging in stimuli, and yeah, that became the basis of it, and that's all throughout the album.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. Kay, did you have any questions?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just looking at the titles that you chose for some of your songs, and they just seem so thoughtful. Um, so I don't really expect you to talk about every single song because, of course, we want people to listen to the album. But which songs stick out the most to you? Like, if someone sees your album, what song do you want them to go to straight away?
Definitely off the rip, I would say the 71 intro for sure. That's a very key moment. That's the kickoff. That's the attention grabber. That's really the hook in all in most fashions. Um, Definitely get it as well. I think that will appeal to a lot of people because we have different styles of hip hop on this album, and we have some for people who love lo-fi. We got some for people who love boom bap, and get it is for people who really love the trap, uh, kind of J. Cole, Drake type of sound. So definitely intro, get it. Uh, I would probably say Von Wick also. That's also another heavy trap one that's meant to just appeal to a broader audience than the rest of the pieces there.
Okay, so those are the first three songs in the
Yep.
album. So that fusion, that super smart. I'm always impressed by you. Like, I don't know. I just think it's so awesome when I meet like very thoughtful artists, and I think the expectation when it comes to rap music and like the lyricism is that there is no thought that goes into it. So I just feel like you're an artist who like represents the a like sort of a dichotomy, like, oh, not I don't want to like compare you to like a Kendrick because I feel like every artist should like stand in their own light, but I think it's just so awesome every time that I'm blown away at like all the detail that you put into your albums and your songs, and your
I
collaborations.
really appreciate it. That's definitely been a vision over the past year and a half, 2 years. We've just been refining the artistry, trying to bring it back.
Yeah, so one title that sticks out to me is Smiles at a Funeral, because it's a little like
Yep.
contradictory, or I'm just wondering like what is it about, like why name that song that?
So the concept of the actual song is it's really just it's kind of a segue between the second act of the album and the final act of the album. It's really it's taking the instrumentation and production sound from the second third of the album and throwing lyrics that could easily fit onto the last third of the album, and it's just kind of meshing them to be a bridge. And we got the title "Smiles at a Funeral" because the beat actually sounds like a funeral, but it sounds happy as well, and it's crazy how it worked out because we're like, how do you smile at a funeral? But it really just sounds like a funeral if it's like bright out in the day. Most funerals are depicted as gloomy and whatnot. This sounds like a funeral that's bright in the middle of the day. It, it's definitely has dichotomy to it, but we really named it based off of the instrumentation and just how the production made us feel.
So it's named.
Okay, so naming, oh,
So so it's named as if it's actually supposed to be a celebration of life rather than a gloomy situation.
Yeah, the lyricism is more
Light at the end
where
of
the
the
tunnel
tunnel, like
keeps
a
going,
going,
but
but
it
it
still
still
has
has
that
that
tint
tint
of the emotions that were present in the second third of the album,
or
the
the
second
second
third of the
third of the
album,
album,
which
which,
without
without
spoiling
spoiling
anything,
anything,
is a bit more personal.
personal,
It's
it's
a
a
bit
bit
more
more
dark
dark
sounding.
sounding.
It was
Was
taking that
taking that
instrumentation
instrumentation
and
and
throwing
throwing
a bit more hopeful lyrics onto it.
So we're gonna put the link to it in the chat so that people will go to. Well, no, I'm gonna put your Instagram link in the chat so people can go to your Instagram, check you out, and do it that way instead of
Bet.
just going to your music. Check you out all the way through. You know.
For sure, for sure. I appreciate it.
Okay, so I see on Instagram you've revamped your page for your new album. And of course, there's the album cover on there, but I see a couple pictures before that. But in the album cover, it looks like there's a picture of two people. Is that you and
Absolutely.
Bearvon?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So what's the inspiration behind the album art?
So over the course of, it was really after we had done the majority of the production on the actual album 71. We had gone into 2022, and we were just trying to figure out what direction we were going to take stuff and how we were going to bridge the gap between January and July. And we had started making a bunch of music, and that actual photo that's present in the cover was it was a product of a studio session that we had where we also did a photo shoot, and that was we took that picture during the creation of our single, which is also on all platforms, called Tired. um, so that was just a product of that. We had a few other ones that we were experimenting with, but that one had me in it. That one also had Bear Vaughn in it. It just had the actual Bear Fuse duo in it, and then we kept it simple. We had the title, and the cover art. Just kept it pretty simple as possible, really.
Okay, so when making your music, you're very thoughtful, but when it comes to, it seems the details like naming it or even like the cover art, you kind of go with the vibe based on what you've already created.
For sure, for sure. That's really in part to Bear Vaughn, because I love putting like 1,000 different meanings into something, but this is a collaboration, and we both agree. Keep it simple. Let the music speak for itself. The music is already speaking volume, so it doesn't require as much of a detailed cover as something like a Kai Essence or God Key or something of that sort.
Okay. A last question about your Instagram because I have to know about this picture. I just feel like I want to
She's an
understand it.
Instagram
You've
stalker,
got
y'all. She stalks
pictures.
the guest Instagram before they hop on.
Oh yeah, I am. Well, I feel like when you're scrolling through somebody's Instagram, like you want to ask people these questions, but you never do, you know. So since we have you, there's definitely a really cool art style that you have to these photos. Like it looks like a thumb has pressed onto some, and it looks very hot, like oversaturated a little bit. Like the picture in the middle with someone wearing a
Yep.
mask. So are you trying to communicate intensity, or like it's an old found photograph?
Yeah, we're definitely trying to communicate intensity with that picture, just with the very bright textures, the very hot color scheme, the very primary color type of thing going on, the warm colors. Mainly because the actual song, it's the most. If I had to if I had to pick one, it's the most energetic, it's the most intense cut in terms of just pure energy on the album. The joint Rise Diatribe, that we dropped that as a single beforehand, and that was definitely a very fitting cover for it, just because just off the way the music sounds. And I like having the cover coincide with 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 the actual content of the music. Sometimes, you can see that in, like, Problematic Pacifist, how it has a very cool, cold type of aesthetic to it in the music, that translates through the cover art. So it's the same way for this single, just so we could have some aesthetic consistency before the album actually dropped.
Gotcha. So your strategy is to try to hook people off the rip with like the hype stuff, and then like get them into it with the deeper stuff later.
Absolutely.
Like, what's the sequence of emotions you anticipate your audience will go through as they listen to 71?
Ah, man, if I could put it into words, I would say the first 5 songs there is gonna be very high energy. It's stuff you could dance to. It's something, some stuff you could drive to, stuff you could work out to. And then we have an interlude that bridges the high energy section versus towards the interpersonal section. And that's very it's music for introspection, if I had to say. And it helps you think, with that second section, we put a lot of personal thoughts into that, so it definitely goes from super empathetic to just thinking, just many thoughts at one time. And then we slowly bring it back up just so we can, finish off strong with some high energy. And that's when the third leg of the album comes, and that's to bring the energy back up and convey the message, really. Because the first third has super high energy. It has some great meaning to it. It has some important, has some important things in there in terms of actual lyricism. But if you compare the first third and the last third, it's completely, it's night and day difference just off of content.
So Jen, right? I know you've done some albums in the past where you have just had like just instrumental songs, just no lyrics, just instrumentals. Is that are we going to get the same thing for this album, or is it going to be something different? Like, is it all lyrics, or is it just like the last few? Because
I would say every.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you good. You're probably going to answer my question. I was going to answer myself.
Got you. So, most of the songs have, actual verses on them, rapping and whatnot. But there's 2 interludes. On the technically there's 3, but we bridged one to make it a single track. So the bridge between the first third and second third, that is mainly just instrumental, and it has some conceptual spoken, just spoken word on it to kind of like convey the story of how the album progressed. And then you get to the last part, and it's mainly instrumental. It doesn't have any rap, but it has our good homie drill on it. And he's speaking about the process. He was here from the inception of 71. Who better than to end the album off with?
Nah, that's dope. That sounds real dope. I know the listeners of your music can't wait to hear it. Is it out yet? Is it already out?
Yeah, it actually just dropped last night.
All right, bet. So go tap into Fuzhjin's new album, 71. We're here. We're still talking to him. Just keep it in touch.
For sure. Now everywhere you get it, where you want it. Bandcamp, SoundCloud, YouTube, etc.
Yeah, so I'm glad that you mentioned drill was in the last song of the album to sort of close and tie everything together. And I just want to get clear on like who's who and really like what role did each person on the team play when making this album? Like, is there one person who does like most of the writing and another person who like produces most of the beats, or do both of you just share a little bit in everything equally?
So in terms of production and beat making, I handle definitely a good part of it. I'm doing a lot of the technical aspect, but with it being me and Bear project, he definitely puts his input and stuff into it, and he'll let me know if he thinks something should be changed, or something doesn't fit for for the specific type of aesthetic we're trying to create with the music. We got a whole B-sides folder full of extra beats and songs and whatnot. So Bear Vaughn's, he's actually rapping on there with me, writing, rapping. He writes all of his own stuff. I write all my own stuff. I do a bulk of the production. I do a good bit of the mixing and mastering as well. But for the two appearances from Don the Menace and from Drill, Don and Drill were both there really since the beginning of it, even since the first God Key live performance. They were there at that actual inception where we were like, you know what, let's make an album, let's do it. And they were just there as collective energy. They do their thing, and they were a very integral part of making it an experience. We can go far with rapping, just me and Bear Vaughn and I, but with our homies, they definitely help tie it up and make it something super cohesive that you could listen to and really get a narrative from it.
Wow, that is so awesome. So it was the four of you four guys working on this
Yep.
project. That's awesome. I kind of wish you had one more person to be the videographer because it sounds like you had such a special experience, like in your room and, just really pushing through to finish this project. It's kind of giving me flashbacks a little bit to Kanye early footage of himself from the 90s. So I feel like you making this album with your team, to even have a team that is just on the same wavelength as you to make something this unique is so special. So maybe for the next time you're gonna get a
Oh
documentarian,
yeah,
or what do you want to do differently for the next
I
album?
know that
Uh,
behind the scenes video is gonna go crazy once you if you do that.
oh yeah. In terms of videography and things of that sort, we have a few music videos in production right now with
Woo!
with our other good friend and collaborator. He goes by Mthulu on on streaming services and whatnot. But he does videography. He's a really a Swiss Army knife. He does a lot of things. But he's been our videographer for the most part. He helped me shoot my late evening music video and even a couple early videos from 2021. So we're gonna knock out a few of those. We got some of those in production that are coming within the month or two. And we have a good few we have a handful of behind the scenes footage just from the creation of this project. If you go on the page, actually, if you go on my Instagram or Bear Vaughn's Instagram, you can see if you go to the Reels tab, the album trailer has a good bit of clips that just clips of us having fun, just doing what we do. And we made that the album trailer. Bear Vaughn took care of that part. He's real good at creating edits and things like that. But yeah, we definitely have a lot of footage coming up soon.
Yeah,
Oh, that is
I
super
think you
ex.
should before you drop the music videos, you should just release all the behind the scenes videos on YouTube and just like
Oh
have like a countdown behind the scenes like docu series like just like different days of videos going down at like different days before the music videos drop. That would go
oh yeah,
crazy.
we definitely got something of that caliber coming up very very soon. But
Can't wait.
uh, I forgot one of y'all had asked do what would I do different for the next album?
Yes,
If I'm correct.
yes.
Um, gosh, it's crazy because I had heard it and it was great to finally hear it on streaming services, and me, Von, Don, etc. We're all just enjoying it, sitting here in the studio, just jamming out to it, multiple times, just kind of feeling nostalgic a little bit just over the experience. But I would say I was definitely taking notes as I was listening to it. It's really on a technical basis. I would definitely film a lot more footage that's accessible to create a very cohesive documentary type of thing. So we have a lot of clips and things of that sort, but a lot of it is it's very in the moment, it's very candid and whatnot. But I would aim to go for a more cinematic experience with that. In terms of the music, me personally, I want to do better to get the mixes better. Just do better on the mixes, do better on the mastering, and just continue to push the level of consistency that we've been able to accomplish this year. You know, whether it be from our first 2 singles in January to now and to beyond with the next projects we got coming up and coming down the pipe. So definitely consistency and some technical aspects of it.
Okay, that's super exciting. You've got this new act now. You've got a video rollout coming soon, and you already have notes for your next project.
Absolutely.
So you're on fire.
Right. I really can't wait until the music video stuff, the video stuff come out to count down for music videos, and I just think that would be dope. That would just be a dope like setup for the music videos. It would just like make your views for the music videos go up like tremendously. That's just my opinion.
For sure.
So in terms of the video, your link tree on Instagram shows me the music, but where can we find the music videos? Is it going to be on YouTube? What's your YouTube name?
The YouTube name is the same as our Instagram, Spotify, everything. It's all we like to keep it consistent. So if you look up Fuzhjin, Fuzhjin, or Bearvan, Bearvan, you can find all of our music and whatnot, but the current music videos that we have in production. Mm-hmm. We don't have a finished product yet. We're still working very hard towards that to get that done very soon. Within the month, and hopefully get that done before the deluxe edition comes out. But in terms of the earlier music videos,
bruh, say nothing about the deluxe. You got some
in there.
Right.
Yeah, and in terms of the early music videos, we were just looking them over, and they're very good for the time that they were created and whatnot. But we always strive to progress and whatnot, and I'm sure they'll make an appearance, sooner or later, because we got about 3-4 of them, just early music videos that have the concept, but the production isn't all the way there. So we just aim to improve, and it was really more of a test just to see our etiquette on camera, see our mannerisms and things of that sort. It was really just a test to see if we could truly make something great with the potential we got.
Well, I see nowadays some music artists are making visualizers. It's kind of like a video loop just to go with their song. I guess just so, well, I don't know. I guess just for market. Then they'll release a music video later that has a lot more clips. So would you say that some of the stuff you have right now are visualizers?
Every music video that we plan on working on is true live footage. It's got the angles and whatnot. We definitely have clips that include the music, and it's just not just a static image. Like if you were to go onto my YouTube at the moment, and you were to scroll down to my earliest video, the God Key, I filmed a clip, and I made that the quote music video for it. When it's just a lot of moving textures and stuff, and that we have stuff like that coming, but the majority of the focus is going towards actual music videos where we're making appearances and such.
Okay, awesome. Production.
Right. Definitely.
So you're a very unique artist, and you made a unique album with your team, and you've talked about bringing the thoughtfulness back into rap, and but you're clearly not afraid to follow some of the trends. Like you said that you know the first three songs in your album sort of have a trap sound, and you have beats that will draw people in like popular sounds. So where do you draw the line between uniqueness and popularity?
Well, I would definitely say just the roots of where we came from, what our influences are, and everything of that sort. A lot of it's gonna be unique just because of the come up and just because of the where we're at in terms of resources and stuff. I personally, the label, everybody on the label, regardless if it's me, Bear Von, Don, anybody. Um, we're at a current point right now where the roughness and the raw energy of it, that's going to be present for a very long time until we can start having these multi-million dollar recording budgets and stuff like that. So it's kind of ingrained, but at the same time, our influences, we love a lot of purist stuff, and we like to keep it to the roots. We're from the South. We love South music. Southern. Whether it be Outkast, whether it be Run the Jewels, Killer Mike, um, anything of that sort. And even when we do end up doing trap, trap music started down in Atlanta, started in the South. So it's always had that rough aesthetic. So it's always going to come off unique, I would say, compared to what you see today, whether it be somebody like Baby Keem or somebody like Playboy Cardi or something like that. It's always gonna come off as unique to that, but it still has that same energy in a sense, that same foundation of tempo and whatnot.
Okay. So it sounds to me like as long as you're on quote theme, it's and it's in line with your identity, then it's great. You're in the right
Oh
direction.
yeah, of course, it's hard to stray away from it. We work
Yeah.
towards it and whatnot. That's the lane we occupy. People will make comments. They'll say, I don't like the way the mix sounds, or I don't like how this is like this. But little do they know it's very purposeful. It's rare that we have things happen that are very accidental, just because of the amount of time that we put in, within our craft and what we do on the day to day with the music.
So what I'm hearing is
Well, that's interesting.
nothing is an accident. Everything is intentional. Just go ahead, listen to the music, and you'll hear the intentionality and everything that was done.
Yep, pretty much. If I had to surmise it, yep.
That. Go ahead, K. Bellz.
Okay. Oh, okay. It's awesome that you're an artist working with a team that is so secure and like focused on like who you are and what music you want to create, because in there I also heard that of course people are going to say something about what you make, like there's always going to be a critic and a hater, but you found a way to block that out, and that's really good. And also, even though you have influences, you're not copying anybody. So that's awesome too. I think you found like a really special spot in your craft, and it's a great spot to grow. Um,
I think we definitely, for the people that will hear 71 and they'll be like, yeah, this is great. For the people that will hear that, say, it doesn't have enough for me. It doesn't fit the lane that I personally reside in. I want to assure those people that 2023 we're gonna have something for really everybody. All in all forms. Especially if the trend of artists like Baby Keem, Playboy, Cardi, Heat, etc., etc. If that keeps popping like it is, we got something for the people.
Okay. So, when you're making a beat or you hear a beat, like how to what percentage do you factor in how much you think people will appeal to it? Like, do you hear something and think, oh man, this is a little too weird for them, but I really like it. Like, do you have those sorts of battles, and which side usually wins?
Yeah, usually that comes off that comes on the back end really. I'll make a beat, and we operate in a place of inspiration. I can make a million beats, and if it's not, if it's not hitting right, it takes a certain level of inspiration. It has to click. That was a large part of the process for 71. We have a lot of B-sides, we have a lot of extras for the sole purpose that heard it. We were like, man, it's cool, this is good and all, but it doesn't click. So it really goes off that, and I will take into account, whether or not people will like or will be receptive to something. Usually after I created it, but just of God's generation, which is our label, is really doing what we think is time. We don't operate certain in a certain subcategory of hip hop that is very crazy in the mainstream. Like just the field that you see right in that area. Such as Don, we have a new artist that will sign very soon. But it's not because we want them to do that. It's because they'll come in and they'll be like, hey, this is, I like this beat. I wrote it over. I'm gonna show it to you, and it's that type of style. But they rock with it. I'm all for feeling games. I don't think you should ever compromise to. You should never compromise your artistry to appeal to a million people. If you make something, changing it up a little bit different. As long as it's you, I'm a firm believer that as long as it's you, people will be receptive to it, because people like genuineness. There's being pulled back on a lot of artificial things, and I think that goes with music as well. If people rock with it, if you rock with it, there's going to be that genuine, there's going to be that mutual respect where it's like, he's doing what he do, I can read it, I think people have mutual respect for genuine acting.
Yeah. And authenticity is easy to identify, just as easy as inauthenticity. And in your trailer for your album, you mentioned that you have a lot of candid moments with your team. So I see you guys are making music, but you're also having a good time. And you already mentioned that you use musicians as inspirations, sounds from where you're from. But what was the routine like while you guys were making the album? And did you encounter, like, how did you get inspired? Like, what were your other inspirations just during the process besides, listening to music?
In terms of inspiration, we were hanging out all the time. We were hanging out as a group all the time. Me and Bear, we hang out a lot, but we also hang out with our other homies, Don Drill, and we were doing that a lot. We were doing that at least twice a week, just hanging with, we'll be out in the environment, and we had gotten into such a groove to where we would, after the inception, we had gone to our places where we reside, and I had started working on a couple beats, and I still finding in on the process as I was making a couple things, such as the intro. The intro sounded completely different from how it sounds now. But I sent it to him. I was like, "Yo, bro, I just made this crazy beat. What you thinking of it?" And he was like, "Man, this is like concept is great, but we could refine it a little bit. We could make it 10 times better." So I was like, "Bet." So I sit back, I do that. I find something that I create a finished product, and he comes through and I show it to him, and boom, that's a click. And other times it'll be when we're when we're all together, we'll just be scrolling through sounds and whatnot. We'll hear something, we'll be like, man, this is it, and we'll make it, off the rip. Like a lot of the stuff we made this year, I'd say every single, as well as Bellz's EP that he dropped this year, we never took more than a day to make any of that, because it was very organic. It was in the moment. 71 was very premeditated, in that way that we had, somewhat of a routine though, but it wasn't come in and clock in and clock out. It was come through, enjoy, genuine vibrations, and we ended up making something great from it.
Okay, cool. So, in a way, your inspiration maybe was it from each other, like each other's work ethic, like a synergy between everybody, and then I guess like you came up with a system for just keeping the progress.
Yeah, definitely inspired by each other. We'll listen to music, just as we're, whether we're walking, whether we're driving or whatnot, we'll listen to music. But a lot of that inspiration just came from, being around each other for such an extended period of time. We're brothers. We've been knowing each other. I think the synergy is different when there's a genuine connection. I don't have people come over, fun, just being cool with somebody for, we're genuine. We lived together really, like we gone through struggles, and we gone through a lot together, just as a group, genuine, and that authentic energy. I think it showed those albums.
Okay, we're coming to the end of our 45 minutes, and last question I have for you is a favorite. But first, I'd like to thank you for talking about your album, the process, your team. I really wish we had invited members of your team to this interview, because it seems like it would have been great to have Bearvon like here. You kind of experience like
that synergy,
that authenticity you guys have. Maybe get like a glimpse. Awesome. Excited for that. So last question is, how often do you think about being famous?
I never think about the whole, like, I kind of do. I don't. It's hard for me to visualize, like that type of fame where you get out of a car and swarmed by like a million people taking pictures. But I can imagine being successful in the lane that I'm in, being successful and do right now. I've pushed a lot of that. And I believe that I can do it. Don can do it. Don can do it. The whole label can do it. Everybody can succeed. So it's hard for me to visualize in terms of down to the very smallest detail. But I do believe that we're operating in that where we're like we can do this, and it's confidence is key. Confidence is key.
Awesome.
No, that's true. And unfortunately, since we keep going in and out, I would have asked you to spit a few bars for us, but since the audio keeps going in and out, it wouldn't be that productive.
Got you.
Yeah. Because I think the people would want to sample what you have to offer, but. Like I said, the Wi-Fi isn't conducive to that environment. So yeah. But we will have you back. When we're at the station, so we can get a better interview. Better Wi-Fi connection. We can hear you spit a few bars. We can hear the music, and we'll have all that set up for next time when we have you on the show. So yeah,
for sure.
That's pretty much it. You wanna outro yourself for us, bro? Give us a
yeah, of course.
Where to find you, and all that.
For sure.
For sure.
You can find me.
You can find me
Anywhere,
anywhere
you consume
anywhere you
music,
consume music.
Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, etc.
etc.
Fuzhjin on all
all
platforms.
platforms.
You find Bearvon on all streaming services as well. BEARVAN. Find him on social media by that handle as well.
Um,
Repping Godson Generational.
Generational.
71
is out now.
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Catch it.
Catch it.
And then be on the lookout.
Be on the lookout for some music videos.
Maybe a deluxe. Maybe a few things. We got some good things.
We got some good things.
I appreciate y'all. For having me on again. And I look forward to our next meeting.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Fuzhjin.
You are always a welcome
guest.
Just let us know when you're dropping new music. Even if it's just a single, Brody. Just let us know. Send us the link. And we'll have you on.
Blessings. I for sure. Much love to you. Y'all stay infinite. All right.
You too, Brody.
All right. Okay, so that was Fuzhjin. Always an inspiration, always a super creative artist, and awesome at articulating everything he has going on. So, up next on Poetry Slam with Bellz.
And your boy Napoleon B. Mike.
I was hoping we could listen to some of Fuzhjin's music. Napoleon B. Mike is our technological setup going to allow us to play a playlist?
Unfortunately, no, because we don't have the setup that we usually have. So I'm not able to play the music like we normally would. But go hit his Instagram. Hit up Fuzhjin on. Like I said, on Instagram, Twitter. Look at all the social medias. Check them out on Spotify and Apple Music, Bandcamp, wherever you consume music, SoundCloud even. And yeah, he's a really dope artist. He has really dope music. And I'm not just saying that because he's one of my bros, but I really enjoy his music. Just check it out.
Yes. Definitely check out 71. So we're going to move forward with the show. Before we move any further, Napoleon B. Mike, do you want to go until 10 o'clock or do you want to go until 10:45? Really 10:55 because we started at 8:55.
So I'm trying to see if we can have the special guest on. It's a very special guest. Near and dear to my heart. But
oh my.
Oh man. But
so do you want to go until 10:55 or shorter?
Let's go until 10:55.
Okay, so well, I'm not sure what time your special guest was looking to come on. Hopefully we can speak poetry news with them. In the meantime, we'll have to move forward to our special act, Tay DZ. Hopefully we can get him to call in.
Oh my goodness.
I know. Tay DZ has been a consistent feature on our show. And with Tay DZ, we're going to get a new poetry prompt from Tay DZ. And we received one from him last week.
Yeah, I was gonna say we worked on the one last week. I mean,
personally, I did not work on mine from last week. However, I was thinking we could try to freestyle a poem. Do you think we could try to do that with the prompt, or do you think we should just put it in the bin?
Put it in the bin. For next.
Come on, Napoleon B. Mike, you don't want to try anything new.
Look. The Wi-Fi isn't really working with us today. If it was, I would. But the Wi-Fi isn't really being all that great.
All I hear is an excuse.
Oh
Nah, I'm just kidding.
man.
Okay, I mean, we don't want to do anything that we're not united on.
Right.
So
right.
let's invite Tay DZ to our window, and we'll have him on at 9:45.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me send him the link. Where is? He's already on. I mean, not on. He's already in the chat. So all he has to do is get his butt on the call.
Okay, so while you're sorting that out, I want to move on to talking about what other things we're going to do during the show. So I already mentioned we're going to talk about 2 bits of poetry news, but we're also going to try a little challenge of doing some reading poems from different social media platforms, because we've kind of talked for a couple weeks about people publishing online, and we talked about Rupi Kaur, who started on Instagram and became the best-selling poet ever. So now we're going to test to see if there's a difference between Twitter poetry and Instagram poetry. So I'm going to read a couple poems from Instagram later, and you're going to read a couple poems from Twitter later, and we're going to do an internet poetry versus and see how many we get right.
Okay.
You don't sound excited about that. You don't want to do it?
No, I want to do it.
It's just
I wasn't prepared a little bit.
Okay, well that was the segment we thought of last week, but we can try it next week if it's not going to be fun. So we also wanted to try a new segment called Shower Thoughts, which was when we think of an idea in the shower.
I haven't had too many shower thoughts.
Oh. Well, I had one shower thought today that was memorable, and I was going to share it on the show. So how about we just get Tay DZ on, and we can just start having a conversation. We'll get into our poetry news, and we'll get a new prompt from Tay.
Yeah.
From Tay DZ.
Tay DZ.
Yeah, this is a little awkward, but we're gonna keep going.
We're gonna keep going. We're gonna move past this awkwardness.
Okay, so while you're getting Tay DZ on, I'm gonna do a little ad read. Fun. So, for those who live in Baltimore, you already know that our mayor is Brandon Scott. And he is actually, well, I don't know if he's hosting it, but it's on his Instagram. You know, I'm the Instagram stalker. I saw this on Brandon Scott's Instagram. So,
link has been sent to
DZ.
Okay, Tay DZ has the link. So the event is called Be More Lit. It's a Baltimore summer series, and it's starting tomorrow from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. So if you're looking for something fun to do this summer, you can definitely check out the live DJ, entertainers. Entertainment may include poetry. So those poets that are listening, this may be something that you may want to check out to get some performance experience. And that actually connects to, by the way, it's on 1601 Pennsylvania Avenue. So that's for the Be More Lit event, food and live music. But the part about performing in venues, we've been meaning, Napoleon, B. Might, and I have been meaning to get back to Poetry Party, which is every Wednesday at the Garage.
And I went this Wednesday and performed.
What? What?
Yeah.
Hold up. Pause on that story. We gotta get Tay DZ in here so that he can react to this, because that is crazy that you're just telling me this now.
Wait. Okay.
That was your first live performance. Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
That was okay. I'm mad. Because you performed live for the first time without me there. And I feel like I should have been there, for that moment with you. So, dang. Dang. Yeah.
Things happen.
Okay, who was there? Did you just go by yourself?
No, I actually went with writer Xavier, one of my best friends. We've known each other since 2017. Yeah. So they are really dope. They're really dope person. And yeah.
Okay, well,
they recorded my performance.
Oh, okay. So they recorded your performance. When are we going to see the footage?
As soon as I feel comfortable. Honestly, I felt like I was very nervous up there. I was shaking. I could see my hands shaking. But it might have been just my nerves. Yep. That's it.
So we may not. Okay, so we may get an archive post like a year or two from now, like, oh, throwback to my first poetry performance on stage, like sort of thing.
Throwback Thursday when I was performing doing poetry party, but we'll see. It's not gonna be a year from now. Don't do that, Bellz.
Well, I mean, this is like the first of many. So now that you've got the ball rolling, you can consistently perform, and you're not going to have that first again. So you may feel like, okay, I want to show a before and after. So a year is a significant amount of time for people to be able to, for you to be able to see, oh, this was the first, and this is where I am now, sort of thing.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So.
That is cool.
Does TDZ have the link?
I don't know what's up with TDZ, but your story. Okay, what poem did you read?
Confidence is a natural disaster.
Have you read that on the show?
Yes, I have. And
is that the poem? Which poem is that? Can you read the first couple lines just to refresh our ears on that?
You know what? I was pulling it up because I read your mind.
Yeah, just give us a taste so we know what's up.
There are times where I feel like Samuel L. Jackson and King Kong, because ain't nobody got nothing on me. But there are also times where I feel like the smallest bug on the planet. Liable to get crushed. And that's all I'm giving.
Oh, okay, that does sound familiar. Was that something you wrote that you were inspired to write, or was that from one of the prompts from our show?
That was one of the prompts from our show. That was actually...
that's the one you've been working on.
Yeah, one I've been working on for a while. Like I said, it's still not done to the completion that I'm ready to call it complete yet. But that's what a lot of my poems that I feel that way. But it's one of the poems where I feel like. I definitely need to continue with this, make it longer, make it powerful, and continue to try to upgrade the performance. Experience on it every time.
Yeah, definitely. When we read our poems on the show, we have to read them like we're saying it to a live room full of people, so that, when we are on a literal stage, we just do what we've been practicing. But it's really cool that you finally got on stage and did your poem. Did you get any feedback from anybody?
Everybody that I ran into after that I had to actually leave. Said it was really dope. But I just can't wait till I get the full feedback on it from everybody. You know?
Oh, like what do you mean?
Like I want to perform it again, but at a different time. Like a few months from now when it's complete or complete to where I know where I feel it's complete. Because I know the performance aspect or the performance value on it will upgrade as I like get the get it down pat. But can't wait for people to hear it and see the performance value skyrocket.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I understand what you mean now. So this is giving me flashbacks to my very first spoken word performance.
How so?
And I barely remember it, honestly. I remember I was 18. I remember this was when I like really first started writing poetry. And I was so nervous, like the nervousness that you're talking about, like I remember experiencing my own version of that. And I remember like I was trying so hard. I didn't black out. I just don't remember which poem I performed is what I should say. But I feel like my poem wasn't really even good. Because I was trying to audition to be a part of a poetry group, and I wish I had asked questions, honestly. I wish I had asked, do I need to have my poems memorized? Because I had like a really hard time memorizing my poem. And then I read a poem that wasn't mine. So I read a Robert Frost poem, and I feel like... Well, I read an original and I read a Robert Frost poem. I didn't know what to do for the audition, so I picked two. And then, like, my own poem, I forgot a line of it, but I was trying to still perform it so that... Because I knew no one else knew my poem. So I was like, okay, I'm probably going to forget, but if I forget, let me just, like, still keep the mood going. But I'm telling you, I think I heard somebody say, oh, I think she forgot her poem. Maybe that was my mind, or maybe they really said that, because there were people sitting in the front row. I remember being blinded by the light, like, oh my gosh, I can't see anything up here.
No,
like
the lights at the poetry party are so bright on stage. It's just like, yo, I couldn't see anybody but the people in the front row, and I was just in my nervousness. I just.
Yeah. It definitely takes practice. I mean, I got better since then. But it's just like that very first time, I was so shaky. I was scared. I mean, I got through it. And then, like, I feel like after that one big humiliation, like, the worst thing I feel like I could have done was read somebody else's poem. Like, upon reflection, I'm like, why did I even do that? Because you can't perform someone else's poem like you can perform your own. So I felt like I slighted myself on that.
No, you probably definitely did. But we're not gonna talk about the fact that you performed the Robert Frost poem. Probably any for black people. But yeah.
I mean, it was like a mixed group of people, but it was a recognizable poem. Like it was, Anyway. So, I've also, every time I've performed a poem live, I've been nervous, but I've written some very, I don't want to say racy poems, but like edgy, like, very, I don't want to say explicit, but I've written some poems that, like, when I was performing it, people left the room.
Oh, man.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm up here performing it, because it was a poem about black people. It was a poem called like What the like N-Word Is. And when I was performing it, like some white people got up and left. Like they did not want to hear that. But I didn't write it because I was frustrated about the state of our people. It was for an event called Black Monologue. So I wrote it for the event, and I performed it multiple times.
Yeah.
But that was, I don't know. I've had people walk out. I've had people be like, "What?"
Oh man.
I've had people like ferociously applaud. Like I performed a sort of monologue where I had props, and it kind of like told a story, and that was pretty fun. And I had to memorize that. I got that one down.
Okay. Well, while we're still waiting for
TDZ
to get his act together,
together,
why don't you and I read? Why don't
I heard TDZ
Okay. It's just that. Okay, you were muted. Okay. So actually, you know what? Before we get TDZ to comment on my first live performance, let me read a poem I have yet to read in a while on here. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. It's called Chronic Procrastinator. I got so many hours to get schoolwork done, but I'm a chronic procrastinator. I got offered extra hours at work, but I'm a chronic procrastinator, so the hours at work wouldn't work. At the same time, the hours at work would work, but wouldn't at the same time. You see what I'm saying? I have to get out of procrastination in order to make hours work. Okay, Bellz, you're not on mute. I'm gonna start over. Chronic procrastinator. I got so many hours to get schoolwork done, but I'm a chronic procrastinator. I got offered extra hours at work, but I'm a chronic procrastinator. So the hours would work, but not work at the same time. You see what I'm saying? I have to get out of procrastination in order to make hours work. I'm procrastinating getting up because I be tired because I procrastinate going to sleep. But sometimes it's not my fault. Well, it is because I have a remedy for my insomnia. But I procrastinated. I procrastinated taking it to the point that the time I would be taking it would be pointless because I know what time I need to take it so it's most effective, but I'm a chronic procrastinator. I procrastinate on schoolwork to the point I'm putting something together real quick at the last minute and it doesn't come out the way I envisioned it intentionally. Initially. I procrastinate writing poetry when I have an idea brewing because I don't like incomplete poems. I already have so many incomplete poems. I don't want more. I'm currently procrastinating on starting my business because I don't want to fail. But since failing is a part of the process of being successful, I have to get used to failing. I have to get used to messing up so that I can get the yeses and be successful. That's it. Hello? TDZ? Thank you. So since you're the only one that heard it, I guess. Besides, it was a very nice poem. Give me some more feedback, Brody. It froze.
It froze.
All right.
All right.
Oh man.
Oh
what?
man. What?
All right.
All right.
Oh man.
Oh man.
All right.
All right.
So
while
they are getting that
together,
together.
I'm
I'm actually
going
to read another poem that I've been working on. Actually, it's not one I've been working on. It's one I haven't read in a while. This one is called E.T. I wrote this to someone that I was talking to at the time. But here it goes. I'm sorry. I communicate best through poems. But I like your rap. I like your vibe. I fall fast, but I'm willing to move at your pace. You're an all-around amazing person, a talented artist. We just met on a Thursday, but I feel a connection that we rarely ever do. So I'm writing this to convey my feelings towards you. We both have insomnia, but we deal with it differently. If I stay up through the night, I struggle through the day, succumbing to micro sleeps. You sleep the day away. We're both low-key toxic. You're aggressive and low-key abusive. But I like that. I saw your picture and I just had to know what your voice sounded like. When I heard that amazing, when I heard that sexy Latina voice, I was amazed. I'm trying to read your book to get to know you better. Thank you. I don't know who all heard that, but if you're in the read, watch people, yeah. That was just how I was feeling about this girl. In the moment. I tend to be a hopeless romantic in my poems. But yeah. You know what? K-Bellz. Yes, I am a hopeless romantic, and you know this. Hey, K-Bellz. This is not a roast B mic session, okay? This is poetry slam, not B mic slam. Yeah. Right. Thank you for mentioning that, K-Bellz. My birthday is July 10th. If you know, you know. Right. Don't forget it. But then, let me say something real quick. K-Bell's love poems and B Mike's love poems are two completely different things. K-Bell's love poems involve feelings of despair and hatred toward that person. My love poems are just all love poems. It's just all love. Unless to a certain point. I don't do the hate and despair part. That's what K-Bellz does. Eh, eh.
Right now. This poem is called Life is a Highway. Life is a highway. No, okay. I'm not going to sing. Y'all know I can't sing. So, life is a highway, and I want to be over it. Instead, I'm under the bridge, through the tunnel, and around the corner, back on the interstate. Yeah, I wrote it. And that song, I wish I wrote it. Otherwise, I'm living on a prayer for the next flight. I still feel cute for this. You know, if we had that applause button, I'll be getting a long applause.
Oh man. So Kay, read your love for the people.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I need more time to look for a good poem because I feel like I have a love poem that will like shut you down.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna read one. Huh?
I was gonna read another poem while you take the time to read yours. Look for yours. I'm gonna read another love poem.
No. I have to go double. You can't have this clap back right now. You can't.
Why not? K-Bellz?
Because now my pride is invested.
See, what y'all don't know about K-Bellz, right? I'm stalling for you, by the way, K-Bellz. This is how we really interact in person too. Like if you haven't seen the show or you haven't listened to the show before, this is how we really interact with each other. We joke each other. I push her, she pushes me. You found it?
Well, I have this poem that I wrote this year called "Is Love Enough?" And this is how it goes. Is love enough? And I wonder if love is enough, if it really conquers all. Because since I was scarred, my vision has become marred and my eyes are squinted, simply unable to see what is hinted and obvious. Everything looks and feels oblivious to me because my sensory is damaged. I don't know what my heart wants or what I have to offer. I have no guidance, only methods of hiding from sensations and a knowing, a private gift my mothers gave of telling what is and what is. We are women of the truth. We step out into the light of life and what is real, and for some reason I can't do it. Because my heart is wounded and barely moving. It is stuck in a confusion of, is love enough? Love is supposed to be enough. It is when your heart and mind are aligned, When you have inner peace and no fear, only butterflies, then love is true, a warm flush, thoughts are clear. Now I ask when will love be enough for me, from me?
Now tell me that didn't sound like a hope. A hope. It was not a hope.
Don't say anything else about my love poems.
That was
You're on mute. I shut you down.
that was not
a
a hopeless romantic type poem, though. That's what I'm saying. Yours is not hopeless romantic type poems.
Okay.
Mine are intuitive. Mine ponder the soul and the meaning of things. I'm just kidding. But no, I mean, sometimes I get a little mad in my poems. I express anger sometimes.
And you said
However,
and
huh?
you said you don't have any hate
towards anybody.
I mean,
Well, you know what? Let Marvy tell it. We've had Marvy on the show a couple times, and he's like, I feel like he's tried to call me a player or something.
He has. Marvy Brown.
I don't get it.
Marvy Brown has called Bellz a player because of how her poems sound. But I am the hopeless romantic of the group.
Y'all back me up in the comments because y'all know this isn't true. You just heard my poem. You know, Marvy Brown and Napoleon B might think they can hear my poems and, you know, act like I'm against somebody. See, this is an example of them feeling threatened. You hear this, ladies?
Threatened.
You know, we've been marching since 2007 when Sierra released "If Like a Boy." This is a movement. We're still working. We can't let them trample. Defend me.
What? K-Bellz.
I don't even know what tangent I went on, but it felt purposeful.
K-Bellz.
I feel like, you know, y'all are trying to say my poems are against people because maybe I'm saying some threatening stuff to masculinity.
You know what, K-Bellz? I'm gonna read another poem. Another love poem, an actual love poem, not one of your love poems. You know.
Okay, we need to have a love poem battle because I don't like the way you're coming at me with this actual love poem stuff.
Okay. Anyway, this is AM. The initials of you know. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. That's what type of time. You know, you know.
You know, you know.
You bring light to my life. Every time I get a text, call, see your face, or even talk about you, I get that big smile on my face. I know this love is not just trying to know what lies between those thighs. I'm trying to get to know what lies between those beautiful eyes you have. I'm trying to get to know what makes you you. You and what makes you you. And I know you struggle with some things. I'm not trying to add any extra stress or anxiety to your life. Call me perfect. But I am far from it. You say I'm handsome, but there are days where I can barely look myself in the mirror. You're beautiful. You are sweet. You are kind. You are the best hype woman I have had besides the ones in my family, ma'am. You truly have no idea how low my confidence is some days. But you bring it up when you give me a compliment. And I don't have to look around for the other shoe to drop with a knife to come flying at my back. You have been through so much in the past. And I just want to show you the love you miss. That unconditional love. But some days I can barely show myself the love I need. I tend to love myself conditionally. Sometimes my insecurities get the best of me. But I'll try not to put them onto you. Thank you.
So that line, I tend to love myself conditionally, gets me every time. I feel like I want to strip that line from your poem and use that to start a poem of mine.
Oh man.
Oh man.
I mean, you can.
You can.
Okay, thank you for giving me permission.
Yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Um,
Have a Napoleon B might
Napoleon B.
inspired
Might
poem.
inspired poem.
Oh yeah, I've got a little collection of those.
Napoleon B
Also,
might inspired.
the poem.
Okay, I want to hear that collection.
I have like Napoleon B. Might style
No.
poems. I have like
Inspired.
two of those.
Inspired.
Oh, inspired.
Yes.
Okay, that would be a subcategory.
Like something
Something
I've said,
or
something that was said in one of my poems
inspired you
to branch off
and write your own.
That's what
inspired mine.
Oh, so with Tay Z's prompt of writing a poem as if I am you, would that count?
No. You
So
wish
the
it would
person
count.
this poem, I do. I want to put that in my room. I want to frame that because I feel like I smashed it.
Oh man.
Oh, maybe I should jog everybody's memories. Like, I've read that enough.
Man.
I can't embarrass Napoleon B. right now. Oh, so the poem you just read, is that about our special guest or?
Yes.
She was supposed to
come on here, but
she's
she's in Cali, so she's just having fun.
Oh, okay. So we finally have Tay Z on, and if you haven't guessed, Tay Z and I are in the same location, which is why on here, or if you're on Skype, you can see his name says Bellz and mine says, I don't know what that code means, but I'm Tay Z now. I'm in his spot.
All right,
Tay Z and K Bellz.
I know you didn't just say Purrit.
Oh my goodness.
No. Yeah, so now that we have Tay Z on, we love to talk about poetry news because wait a minute. We gave Tay Z a prompt last week.
I thought you was going to fire back with a response to my poem.
I thought we were having a poem.
Oh, you know what? I forgot. You know what? Yeah, I was supposed to read a poem because we were having a battle.
So
yeah, you can tell I'm not a fighter. You can tell. I'm more of a lover. Okay, well, I'm just gonna read this poem next, just to close out, because I can't let Napoleon B. might have the last word on me. So this poem is called "Emotional Turmoil." Don't you even want to read that?
Yes, you do. It sounds like a real love poem title.
I don't even know if I want to read that.
Why does it? Does it not feature love poem standard?
It does. Okay, here we go. Emotional turmoil. Before I was a woman, I prayed to be someone else's. God, make me everything I need to be for true love, my destiny. I didn't know the meaning, only a want for readiness. Okay, pause. Your thing's about to die. Your laptop's about to die too. Okay, so. Oh man.
Go ahead and start
over, K Bellz.
Hopefully this doesn't cut off. So, emotional turmoil. Before I was a woman, I prayed to be someone else's. God, make me everything I need to be for true love, my destiny. I didn't know the meaning, only a want for readiness, something I won't dare ask now because I am tired. My heart is still swollen. Head is fighting consumption from another chocolate sadness pouring over my neck, trying to sink into every crease of me. So eager. I thought this was love, like a fantasy from my favorite book series, The Vampire Diaries. I should have listened. Don't spend your youth in emotional turmoil. Words from mothers who already loved me and stood behind men who never granted peace. I want to be free from promises and threats of his hurt feelings. That sounds like another fantasy. In reality, I haven't done enough of loving me. Now I pray to be my own woman. And if God should have it, a man will stand behind me.
Okay.
That was a foot
Oh
stomp.
man. I actually have
another one.
Stop it. Just stop right there.
I'm
gonna
going
keep going for a little bit.
I got one more.
This is the last one.
Y'all ready?
You know I gotta get another one because I'm gonna read the last poem.
All right, whatever.
K-Bellz.
I'm gonna read this last poem. You can read yours. And we'll be done with this love poem battle for a little bit. We'll revisit it. But we're done for now. After this. This one is called Coffee. Drinking coffee like it's water. Not because I'm tired, but I like the taste. Bitter at first, but it makes me feel good inside. Not just the extra energy boost, but the warmth I feel inside. Love is like coffee is like love. It gives me a warm fuzzy feeling. You are my black coffee. You give me a warm fuzzy feeling inside. You were bitter at first to the taste, but not as a physical taste, but a mental taste. You gave me an extra energy boost. You give me an extra energy boost. You just are amazing in every way. Thank you. That last part was freestyle.
Okay, turn the light up because I'm about to shut it down.
Oh man. No, you're not.
No, you're not, Karen. You can't top that one.
Yo. I don't think I can take this
Oh my goodness.
The push and pull. I text you. You don't text back. How hard is it to pick up the phone? Us staring at each other like this. I just feel that we need something to break the tension, like a beat on a drum. I hate talking to you, but I need to, like a plant needs water to grow. Your roots are deep in my soil, and your word, like a drop, breaks the stress in my life. When I first saw you, girl, I thought you were the one. Until you wrapped around my soul, then crushed me when you left me on red for the 5th, 6th time. I don't love you anymore. I don't even know you. At this point, I wish I never met you. All this pain didn't help me grow. I'm better in spite of you. Now, you can't escape the shade of my tree. Cut the lights.
Crickets.
Fun slam. We definitely should slam to a theme more often. Like funny poems, love poems, story poems.
Ooh. Angry poems.
That was
Angry
fun.
poems.
Oh, angry poems. That would blow up. I have a couple angry poems.
I do too.
And we could go back and forth on that note.
Facts.
Oh man.
What I was about to say was, how both of y'all express anger is very different. He might sort of gives off like a very, oh my goodness, I'm just going to resign myself to this. I can't stand you. And I
You muted. You're muted. You're muted.
That is ridiculous. I'm not. That's not.
Wait, no,
hold
up. I didn't even hear what was said because TDZ was muted. Repeat what you said, TDZ.
TDZ was.
I said how express anger, frustration, very interesting. He might do sort of just, I don't want to say resigned, I guess, but you very much just like, yeah, this is happening. It is what it is. And then Kale is very much like a screaming to the heavens, asking why type of
thing. Y'all are trying to embarrass me. You turn the cameras on, you get a microphone, and you just want to say anything.
What? Ma'am.
Yes.
That is all lies.
Yes,
all lies.
I know you just made that up. That is not how I'm like. That is not how I am.
I mean, no. Hold up. I think you got us confused,
Tay.
TDZ, I think you got us mixed up. Because sometimes I can be the screaming to the high heavens. And K can be the nonchalant kind of very chill about her anger sometimes. But there are most of the time it's
okay.
Reverse.
ADZ is coming for your reputation because you want to be the violent one. That's what you want to be known for. You want to be the one to be the fastest to pull out your finger gun for a shootout.
Pretty much.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so coming soon on Poetry Slam, of course, we've got to slam, and the theme next week is going to be angry poems.
Okay. That's a bet. I'll have my angry poems ready. I have more. I have way more in my arsenal than I've already read on here. I can't talk.
Oh man. Okay, I better go back in my archive because.
Right. Go back.
I actually had a lot of fun slamming with you today. I like the competitiveness. So I'm excited to do it again next week.
Right. Hopefully we'll be in person next week. Hopefully.
Yeah, we should be. Oh, actually, I think next week is our shared birthday weekend.
You're right.
So, are we going to be in person next week?
I think we should. To celebrate.
Well, I'm available to be in person. I'm asking you because
I can be in person.
Right.
Oh wait. So you saying I'm spontaneous and don't know how to stick to plans, huh?
Well, I'm just saying, I didn't ask you if you had any plans for your birthday, so I'm just mentioning it's our shared birthday weekend.
So far,
me either. I want to travel, but I haven't booked anything, so I'm like,
Hopefully,
my birthday weekend's next week,
right?
Or the week after. Really, you could do the before or after.
Yeah.
Well, your birthday is on a Sunday. Mine is on a Tuesday, so it's really in the middle, you know.
Yeah. So, is TDZ available to talk or no?
I don't know what TDZ is doing. All I know is that we have to keep the show moving. So we posted on our Instagram story what we talked about last week, which was Baltimore club music. Mighty Mark talked about it too.
Give me a second. I meant to mention this earlier when you was talking about what the mayor was doing tomorrow. Baltimore by Baltimore is tomorrow in a harbor from 12 to 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Yes, 8 p.m.
Yeah, it's from 12 to 8. It's all afternoon until sundown.
Right. And unfortunately, it's supposed to rain tomorrow, but we'll see. And yeah. Hopefully it doesn't. Because if it doesn't, I want to go. I don't know if K-Bellz is available to go, but if it rains, I'm not going.
Unfortunately, I will be in Arlington, Virginia tomorrow. However, on Napoleon B Might, we need to coordinate.
Hold up.
For what? I'm gonna be on a date with my boyfriend.
Where y'all going?
We're just gonna hang out in Arlington, Virginia. Get some rolled ice cream. That's it. I mean, we're hanging out. It's a day trip.
That must be nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun, and yeah. So, but we don't want to miss the Baltimore by Baltimore this summer. So how about we try to audition to perform with Poetry Slam on the Saturday in August? That Baltimore by Baltimore will be back, and hopefully there won't be rain in the forecast.
Hopefully we got our
collaborative
done by then,
so we can perform together.
Exactly. Big news. We finally have an idea for our collaborative poem. We're not going to release it right now, of course, because it's in the works. It's liable to change. But we've got a working base.
If we say it, we gotta stick to it.
Our collab poem? We can talk about that for a while.
No. If we say the prompt
that we came up with, we gotta stick to it. So it can't change.
I mean, I kind of want to leave that flexible because sometimes when you start exploring an idea, you uncover a better idea, and I want to leave that open during our poem. Like if. Since it's going to be two of us performing, it's going to be kind of long.
You're right.
We should just give ourselves flexibility.
Yep. Okay, let's get this poetry news out of the way because I'm yawning continuously. So
yawning continuously.
Yes, like I have not stopped yawning. I don't know why. But let's get to this poetry news so we can get out of here. Because we are at an hour and 43 minutes. So let's get that. Get to the poetry.
Truthfully, we don't want to have. Oh.
You said what?
Oh, truthfully, we don't have poppin' poetry news this week. Last week was more exciting because we could talk about Baltimore club music. But I did find an article about some poetry books because we're trying to publish our own long works.
Yeah.
And I thought like some people had some interesting concepts. There's a story called like Vampires versus Werewolves. A poet remembers the school days of brown boys running around topless during PE, physical education gym class. So it seems like sort of like a fantasy poetry book. So I wanted to ask, what poems impact you the most? Like the ones that you think are grounded in fantasy or reality. Now keep in mind a fantasy can still have like the same themes, you know?
I would say
I would say
reality.
reality.
Um,
Um,
mainly because
mainly because
I
I
personally
personally
um
um
I don't know.
I don't know.
I personally
I
just
personally just like
relate more to the
relate more to
reality
the
ones.
reality ones.
But yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, yeah, I understand. I just thought it was an interesting idea because personally, whenever I think of poetry books, I think of people writing about their own experience. So I thought it was pretty interesting that this author, I'm not sure how to say her, well, her name is Tay Tibble, but her book name, I'm not sure how to say. I think it's Pocahontas,
Mm,
but the way it's spelled, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right.
mm.
And she has a vampires versus werewolves narrative going in her poetry book. So personally, for my poetry album, I was definitely going to use events from my real life to inspire the story, but I was going to like kind of make a fictional world for the poetry to happen. So it's going to be like a fusion of reality and fantasy rather than a direct telling.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds
That
good.
sounds
That sounds
good.
cool.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, so just to jog a little bit of memory, I still have a sample of one of the opening poems of my poetry book. I'm not poetry book, my poetry album. And I'll just read that really quick.
Well,
It's the same.
after you read
After
that,
you read that,
I just picked up
I just picked up
a poetry
a
book that
poetry
I
book that I
haven't read in a
haven't
while.
read in a while.
I'll Fly Away
I'll
by
Fly
Rudy
Away by Rudy
Francisco.
Francisco.
And I opened
Of
to a
course, I opened
page.
to a page.
I opened to
I
the
opened
page
to the page
that I'm gonna read
that
after
I'm gonna
you
read
read
after you read that.
Okay, this is only 6 verses. And of course you'll get the updated version, I guess, next or in 2 weeks when we have to present our first drafts.
Right.
So
Right.
tentative title, My House Fell Down. My house fell down, rubble laid to waste, saved no flesh, no fear. Oh, I want to start over. My house fell down, rubble laid to waste, saved no flesh, no cheer, only dust from empty knees. So those are like the starting lines of a story that I want to make from, my real life.
Okay.
Okay.
Jeez.
Jeez.
Okay. So this
this
is this poem I'm about to read is by Rudy Francisco. Sometimes I'm the mess. Sometimes I'm the broom. On my hardest days, I have to be both. So the part that I found funny about that is the fact that I kind of mentioned that that's kind of a comparison I make in the poem. Confidence can be a natural disaster, but it's a more aggressive
um
comparison. So
I think it's really cool that you have Rudy Francisco's book because you can kind of like, I don't want to say, well, yeah, you can kind of analyze his poems and use how he assembled his book and his style for, how you're going to put your stuff together.
Yeah, I need to get his very first book there.
Okay.
Let's can we edit it? I'm sorry, Kay. I'm tired. Apparently.
Oh, Dag, are you serious?
Yeah,
we have 15 minutes left.
Yeah, let's just end it here, Kay.
I mean, 14 minutes, really. What?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna let you quit. You can't go like an hour and 45 minutes.
I'm tired.
Tay DZ, hop back on. Are you on? We are keeping you on the line, Napoleon B. Man. You can't just say, "Oh yeah, let's do the whole show," and then you're gonna like try to stop short when you have like 100 meters left. Okay, so second in poetry news, Tay DZ, I definitely want your opinion on this because I know you're a gamer. This is from the Smithsonian. You can now play Emily Blaster, a video game inspired by Emily Dickin's poetry. Talk about famous poems, like poetry fame. Like someone has made a video game from your poetry. So basically, players assemble poems by shooting at the words in an 80s style adventure. So the words are like floating downward, and there's like a little blaster at the bottom, and you have to like blast the words. So what do you think about that? Just the idea that a poem or a poet's collection of poems is being transferred into a video game.
Me or Tay DZ?
Tay DZ goes first while you recharge. And he's our guest.
You're right.
I mean, sounds like something where, I think it's very good for like children still like, probably learning about poetry, history of people, like famous poets, having their own video game. I mean, that must be like rarefied legend. I feel like the only other person who might have a video game based on them as a poet, maybe Edgar Allan Poe, maybe.
Ooh. That would be
fire.
Edgar Allan
Poe.
The Raven as a game,
bro.
The Raven as a level. Telltale Heart as a level,
Yo.
Okay, I mean, clearly there's excitement and a market for it. I mean, I guess it's about the experience. It's like poetry does tell a story and make an experience for people. So why not make that into a game? Like they make novels into shows. So why not, right? But like Emily Dickinson died 136 years ago. So like she's been famous for a long time. So like her level of fame, I feel like is so high. But so I'm trying to imagine, would there be like a rupee card game like sometime within her lifetime?
No.
I don't think so.
But it's making me compare like the artists that poets are to, I guess, other artists. Like how famous do you have to be as a poet just to get, your poems remade into something?
I feel like there's more likely to be a black shot for video game than rupee card. Because rupee card's poems aren't really able to come alive like black shot. Or even Rudy Francisco. Like I can't listen to or read a rupee card poem and just see it come alive. With
I mean, I definitely think it's easier to imagine Black Chakra's poems because, there's video of him performing live at, multiple different venues, and he's won performance awards for his poetry. So he, in a way, has mastered making his poems come alive.
I think
Rupee Kaur, we've only ever read her. Rudy Francisco, I mean, does he has a poetry album out, right?
He's performed at places as well.
Oh, okay. But you're saying it's not as lively as Black Chakra, so you can't see like his stuff getting, like Rupee Kaur's stuff getting made into a game because of that.
Yeah. I think because like there's actually been plays like made from Edgar Allan Poe's poems. And I don't know about Emily Dickinson, but if her plays have been, I mean, if her poems have been turned into plays, that would make sense why it was made a video game as well. But I'm saying the
performance.
I don't think Rupi Kaur's poems have the same performance value as Reed's value. If you know what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying. Some read better, some are heard better. But just to explain a little bit more about the game, so you have to shoot the words in the correct order to assemble the poem. And Emily Blaster is based on a fictional game from someone's upcoming novel Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. So it kind of like got to this based on something else. So I feel like Rupi Kaur could have a game because, since she's a best-selling poet, she does have like a big fan base, and it just takes like one person to try to like make her poem into a play, and then someone tries to like use that as inspiration to make a book, and then it'll be a game. I just feel like it adds to the commerciality in the medium.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting that it seems like it's so much harder for poets to make money versus other artists. That's kind of what I was getting at. Like, Emily has been deceased for over a century, and she's just getting a game. But we don't really know of any other poets who have a game or, shows or a lot of things based on their work, like authors or other writers do.
Right. Sorry, I'm just realized there was something. I didn't mean myself. Go ahead, Kay, and get your.
Yeah, so the style of the game is inspired by the 1980s and edutainment games like Math Blaster. I don't remember that. I was born in the 90s, but.
I played one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wasn't good at that, so it was very.
Oh, man. Yeah. But I like the idea of like transforming poets' work into something more digestible and more integrative. And then with technology, things are moving into virtual reality. So I think it's just really cool that this even exists because it's like a first step or a start to more things like this existing for an unserved audience or just for an unserved audience.
Yeah. I agree. Mainly, it's really cool to hear about poems getting turned into other mediums, like plays and video games. It's just that I don't think that some poems can trigger that. But that's just me.
I definitely think you have to be. Well, I think poetry. I don't want to say super fans will play the game because I feel like the game, like this particular game, is so easy that anybody can play it. So you can definitely get into it. So I feel like it could transferring it to other mediums. Of course, is effective for drawing new people to the art.
Yeah, and it's sort of like some stories can't be adapted into film. Like, has anyone tried to adapt Kafka's Metamorphosis yet into an actual film? Like, some works can't be adapted to film, some works can be adapted to games. Like, a lot of poetry is very,
ambiguous.
Yeah,
I said ambiguous.
Yeah, I mean, I guess ambiguous, but I was thinking more of just like it's not as clear cut forward, say like a book, like
some books are very ambiguous, some books are very complicated, like Game of Thrones. That is very complicated, and really the television show didn't capture everything that happened. I feel like sometimes with TV or when you transfer something from one medium to the other, it can very much water down the original product because sometimes the medium in which it was originally created is the best medium for it.
But what I mean more so is like Game of Thrones might be complicated, but still it's like a linear, like kind of like story. It's a story. It's like it's a fantasy story, and people see fantasy, they go, okay, cool. Poetry is very personal. It's very much. It's not so much of like a lot of poetry, at least from what I've read. It's not much of like it's just a feeling.
Okay, so Napoleon Be My, we've got a non-believer up in here, so we've got to convince people like Tay Z that poetry is flexible. So we've got to come up with some poetry videos.
Yes. We definitely do. We definitely got to come up with one for our poem. I feel like we need a videographer. I mean, I think we have some videographers in our Rolodex. In our little black book. That we can use Katie's heel to. That we can use to help create this. But yeah. Go listen. We can't hear you, Tay Z. The oh my goodness. Don't kiss the camera, man. No.
How nice. I just got a new microphone. All right, B Mike. Since I'm sure you were trying to cancel me, and that's why you didn't want to hear me.
Mute Bellz. Yeah, there we
go. Y'all's prompt for this coming week. I want y'all to make, because I think last week I tried to give y'all some about doing a poem in terms of a character.
Yes.
And unfortunately couldn't get that. And that's okay. Could you perhaps do a poem for me about what you want your futures to look like? Hopes, aspirations, your dream. Why is that a boo?
Wait. Let me just say right now.
Right. We're getting older. We feel some type of way about it. And yeah. Shame on you, Tay.
That wasn't my plan. That wasn't my plan. But now that you brought that up, now it's gonna stick. You gotta do a poem about your futures.
Boo. Canceled. We hate Tay Z. No, we didn't. Because he has to do it next week. Thank you, Fuzhjin. And your boy Napoleon B. Mike. Good night, y'all.
Boy.
Okay, where's the end blot? This is awkward. All right.